Paris has a place on pretty much every traveler's bucket list. It is known as the most romantic city in the world, and is home to some world-famous sites that are constantly shown in travel magazines, movies, and other works of art. It's the capital of France, has a population of over 2 million people and is one of Europe's most visited cities. Paris is a diverse and sophisticated city that appeals to the wealthy but can also be enjoyed on a budget. In addition to the Eiffel Tower, Paris has countless other gorgeous landmarks and monuments that add to the beauty of the spacious boulevards and their charming copyright-s. French cuisine is also world famous, and you can find some of the best of it in Paris. There is world-class shopping and a dynamic fashion scene, and plenty of interesting museums and art galleries. Just outside Paris, there are plenty of fun day trips to take for a further insight into the culture and history of France. So let's see Paris' top 10 places to visit. Eiffel Tower, a Parisian landmark that is also a technological masterpiece in building construction history. When the French government was organizing the International Exposition of 1889 to celebrate the centenary of the French Revolution, a competition was held for designs for a suitable monument. More than 100 plans were submitted, and the Centennial Committee accepted that of the noted bridge engineer Gustave Eiffel. Eiffel Euro trademark concept of a 300-meter, 984-foot, tower built almost entirely of open lattice wrought iron aroused amazement, skepticism, and no little opposition on aesthetic grounds. When completed, the tower served as the entrance gateway to the exposition. The tower itself is 300 meters high. It rests on a base that is 5 meters high, and a television antenna atop the tower gives it a total elevation of 324 meters. The Eiffel Tower was the tallest structure in the world until the topping off of the Chrysler Building in New York City in 1929. If ETA Euro trademark is your first time in Paris, going up the Eiffel Tower is a must. Visitors can choose to go up using the tower lift or the stairs. However, before making your mind up on how you want to visit the monument, it is important to keep in mind that there are 1,665 steps to the top. Soaring high above the Paris landscape, the Eiffel Tower symbolizes Paris, and gives you spectacular city views from 3 levels. If you decide to take the stairs, you can only visit the second floor. Although the stairs admission ticket is cheaper, the difference is not worthwhile and we recommend taking the elevator. The best moment to enjoy the breathtaking views of Paris is early in the morning to avoid the lines or at dusk, when visitors will see Paris lit up. Although you can see the famous landmark from many points in the city, nothing beats the thrill of going up to the observation platforms and watching the Paris landscape get smaller and smaller below you. The Arc de Triomphe is one of the most famous monuments in Paris, France, standing at the western end of the Champs-Élysées copyright-es at the center of Place Charles de Gaulle, formerly named Place de l'Étoile Euro. The A copyright toile or star of the juncture formed by its 12 radiating avenues. The Arc de Triomphe honors those who fought and died for France in the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars, with the names of all French victories and generals inscribed on its inner and outer surfaces. At the top of the Arc de Triomphe, the panoramic terrace, which is reached by climbing no fewer than 248 steps, offers an untrammeled view of the 12 avenues that radiate outwards from the Place de l'Étoile, including the very famous Avenue des Champs-Élysées copyright-es and the no less famous Avenue Foch. There are 2 orientation tables to help you spot the main tourist attractions in the capital. On your way back, take a little time to rediscover the attic room, which contains sculptures as well as an exhibition on the history of the edifice. Under the Arc de Triomphe lies the tomb of the unknown soldier, whose eternal flame has been revived every evening at 6:30 p.m. ever since November 11, 1923. Louvre is the world's largest museum and houses one of the most impressive art collections in history. The magnificent, Baroque-style palace and museum Le Musée copyright du Louvre in French sits along the banks of the Seine River in Paris. It is one of the city's biggest tourist attractions. The Louvre was originally built as a fortress in 1190, but was reconstructed in the 16th century to serve as a royal palace. Like many buildings, it was built and rebuilt over the years. The Louvre's collection includes Egyptian antiques, ancient Greek and Roman sculptures, paintings by the old masters, and crown jewels and other artifacts from French nobles. Its works span the 6th century BC to the 19th century AD. More than 35,000 works are on display at any given time. The displays are divided into 8 departments: Near Eastern antiquities, Egyptian antiquities, Greek, Etruscan, and Roman antiquities, Islamic art, sculptures, decorative arts, paintings, and prints and drawings, according to the Louvre website. Without question, the Louvre's most famous work is Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa, who enchants hordes of visitors with her enigmatic smile. This small, iconic painting, it is only 21 by 30 inches, is covered with bulletproof glass and flanked by guards, according to the Louvre website. This protection is the result of it being stolen in 1911. In 1983, the Louvre underwent a renovation plan known as the Grand Louvre. According to History.com, part of the plan called for a new design for the main entrance. Architect IMP was awarded the project, and he designed an underground lobby and modern glass pyramid structure in the courtyard. Inaugurated in 1988, the pyramid would become a celebrated element of the landmark museum's design. "It is my personal favorite," said Gudix Nadar. Combining traditional style with modern architecture, it shows the Louvre's timeless beauty. In 1993, the inverted pyramid, a skylight dipping into the underground lobby, was unveiled, according to the Louvre website. Notre Dame Cathedral Paris, or Notre Dame de Paris, is a Gothic cathedral located in the 4th arrondissement of Paris, France. It has its main entrance to the west. The island is on the eastern half of the Azul de la Cite. The Notre Dame Cathedral with its sculptures and stained glass windows show the heavy influence of naturalism, unlike that of earlier Romanesque architecture. It was one of the very first Gothic cathedrals, and its construction took place throughout the Gothic period. Building work began on the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris way back in the 12th century. It was not until some 300 years later construction finally came to an end. It is now one of the most prominent cathedrals in France and one of the oldest ones too. The length of time it took to build is evident through the various styles of architecture that run through the building. Although it is predominantly French Gothic, there are areas that demonstrate the Renaissance and the Naturalism era of construction. These varying styles add to the outstanding beauty of the building. The Notre Dame Cathedral is widely considered one of the finest examples of French Gothic architecture in the world. The name Notre Dame means Our Lady in French, and is frequently used in the names of Catholic church buildings in Francophone countries. The Notre Dame Cathedral is the actual cathedral of the Catholic Archdiocese of Paris, which is to say, it is the church which contains the official chair of the Archbishop of Paris, André Cardinal Vingt-Trois.